Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. I need everyone to hit the subscription button because I'm getting a lot of views. And they're not from my subscribers. There are people who are not subscribed to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, guys, so I can keep making videos for you. The Prepared Graduate, there is a link in the description box. I need you guys to pre-order this book. I'm giving you action items. You're getting action items in my videos. Number one is to subscribe. Number two is to go and pre-order my book, The Prepared Graduate. It will ship out on January 25th, 2022. Make sure you pre-order this book, okay? This is your career Bible. This is the book that's gonna help you excel, whether you are in college, out of college, graduate school, early career professional, mid-career professional. There are things everybody can learn in this book. Okay, so now let's get into the video. From the title, I know you're excited because you're like, how? How does someone get a job offer for $275,000 in regulatory affairs? We know that regulatory is booming. We know there are opportunities in regulatory, but one thing I think in regulatory as well as tech, and I'm gonna make another video about understanding tech salaries later, people say, I got a job offer for $350,000. It's not $350,000 base salary. That's not how it works. There's many different structures in how people get their job offers. So I wanted to explain to you guys how I got offered $275,000 for an associate director in regulatory affairs job. I ended up turning it down for different reasons that I'll cover in this video. So let's first start with the structure of the offer. $275,000 a year. How do we get to that number? First, there's the base compensation. So I was offered $200,000 base annual salary. That would be the money that I would, taxes would come out from, and I would get that every week in my checks or whatever. I think $200,000 every month. I should know this because it's very simple math. $200,000 every month is $16,666.67 every single month. When you divide it by 2, it's probably somewhere around $8,000 or $9,000 every 2 weeks. But that is before taxes, so it's gonna be way less than that. Remember guys, the more you make, the more they take, especially in the state of California, because you have to pay federal tax and state tax. So $200,000 base salary. They also offered me a 15% bonus. So when you have a $200,000 salary and you're offered a 15% bonus, what that means is if you do well at the end of the year, if the company does well at the end of the year, you get 15% of your salary. So that $200,000, 15% of that, I would have gotten an additional $30,000 lump sum that they would have handed me. Now, of that $30,000 that they give you from your bonus at the end of the year, there's stipulations. Number one, if you join a company like 2 months before the year ends, you might not get that annual bonus. It might start on the day that you started. So if you start February 2021, you may not get your annual bonus until February 2022. It depends on, every company's different, and don't quote me, but you have to ask in your job offer when those annual bonuses are paid out. Most people do it at the end of the year. So you get $30,000. Taxes still come from that. So of that $30,000, maybe you get half, which is still a lot of money. You get $15,000 extra money, and that's great. So $200,000 plus a 15% bonus, that's $230,000. They also offered me $25,000 worth of shares with a 4-year vesting period. I believe that's how it's described, where basically of the $25,000, 1/4 of it vests each year. So I get 1/4 of it each year, and I wouldn't get that full 25,000 shares unless I stayed with the company for 4 years. Some companies don't do 4-year vesting and all that nonsense. They just say, look, 25,000 shares, you get all 25,000 in the first year of you working. But the reason they do that is because they don't want you to leave, and it's an incentive for you to stay longer and see your gains grow. I mean, 25,000 shares, if the shares are worth $80 each, that's a lot of money. So the base compensation could even be more than the $200,000. I'm not going to speak to the quantity or what the actual number, how much that company's shares were worth, because I don't want to give any descriptive information on that exact company. So we already see now the formula. $200,000 base, 15% bonus, $25,000 in shares, which, remember guys, it can grow over time and be way more than the 25,000 shares doesn't mean $25,000. That's only if the share is $1 each. If it's $2, that's already 50K. You got to think about that in terms of why shares are so important, and I think it's honestly more important than the base. Then on top of that, they offered me a $20,000 sign-on. This is really common, especially when the market is super hot in whichever industry you're in. A lot of times they'll throw on a sign-on bonus just to entice you to come to their company because you get the money quicker. Again, same way with the bonus, they still take that, they tax that money like crazy because it's considered like additional income or something like that. So that is how I got offered a job offer for $275,000. Regardless, $200,000 is a lot of money for one person. Like, imagine if I was married and you combine your household income with somebody else. That's not. So I think it's great, but for me, as I've said on this channel, it's not always about the money. And the reason I can say that, and I know it's a privilege to say that, but the reason I say that is because with money like that, if they're offering you $275,000 a year, they're offering you $200,000 a year. The expectations are high, and chances are you're gonna be working a lot and all the time. You are responsible. The job was for an associate director role, based in California, a remote job. That's another thing. Where you live plays a great role in how much you get paid. I know associate director jobs in Texas that only pay like $130,000, whereas companies in San Diego, LA, Jersey, all these other huge pockets for pharma companies are paying $130 for their specialists or their associates or their senior managers or their managers. So yeah, where you live definitely plays a role into it. Another thing that plays into it is if you have other offers on the table. The reason this company kept going up, because originally the base they offered me was 180, but they increased it, they increased the equity, and they increased the sign-on because I had 4 other job offers on the table at the time. This happened a year ago. I've been making vlogs about my current career journey and I'm still exploring it. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of context on the kind of job offers that I have received and I've turned down. I've received many job offers within a similar bracket of 200 to 275, and sometimes it's just not worth it. I really want to stress to you guys that in pharma and in regulatory affairs, because of COVID, I feel like there are a lot of pharmaceutical companies that are kind of just popping up all over the place, and everyone's trying to develop novel drugs for COVID. Now, I think it's really important for you to research the pharmaceutical companies that you're looking into, especially when you start to get to the senior manager, associate director, director, senior director, executive director title, because what you will notice in pharma, especially with COVID, is there are a lot of lifestyle companies out there. And what we call in industry or in regulatory pharma, whatever, about lifestyle companies, these are companies that are popping up literally just to maintain the lifestyle of certain people within the organization. So they may have all this money to throw at you, but what are they actually doing? What products do they actually have on the pipeline? And I'm gonna make another video for you guys on how to pick a pharmaceutical company to work for, especially when they're mid-sized to small, because you can really start working for the wrong company. That's what I'll say, is you really can work for the wrong company, and then you're in this situation where it's like, I want to quit, but I've only been there for a little bit. Watch out for lifestyle companies, and a lot of times you can tell it's a lifestyle company when they have no approved products and they've been in like development for 20 years or 10 to 15, 20 years and they have nothing approved. Suspect. Like, there's no reason it should be taking you 10 to 20 years to be having anything, any product, any application. So another thing I wanted to know is the sign-on bonus is a one-time thing. It's a one-time thing. You only get it at that moment, and sometimes companies have stipulation. They may give you $20,000 and then they say, if you don't stay for 3 years, you have to pay it all back. Or like each year that you stay, you get to keep 5,000 of it. I mean, that's another way to make people stay. So just kind of watch out for those things. And I think in an industry like regulatory affairs, where right now it's booming because there are so many companies and not enough people, just pay close attention to the company. Don't pay too much attention to the dollar, and that's what I did. That's one of the reasons why I turned the company down. The therapeutic area didn't really interest me. It wasn't something that was, moving my spirit. So that's one reason I turned it down. Also, I didn't feel like connected to the organization at all, but I had options to choose from. So it was a lot easier for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna put this offer to the side and choose something else. The last reason why I didn't choose it was because I saw greater mentorship opportunities in a different organization. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it to be very insightful. If you have any questions or comments about how to navigate salary negotiations or job offers you receive, and you're trying to understand what each thing means and what is the most important, go ahead and leave comments down below. You guys know I try and answer as many comments as I possibly can. And if not, book a consult. I literally think that investing $50 and having a conversation with someone who understands how to negotiate salaries is going to be worth it in the long run. If you can get thousands of dollars more, or you can get more equity, or you can get maybe more of a sign-on, or you can play with the offers that you have and say, well, somebody offered me this and I really want to work for you guys if you offer me this, moving puzzle pieces around. So it really does help to have a conversation with somebody like me to help you get the best possible offer. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, make sure you pre-order my book. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Bye.